Hey, Brian Wilson's in town this weekend. He's performing Smile.
Oh,
you know, this infamous CD that he, I think this was his answer to Sgt. Pepper's.
Yeah.
After Pet Sounds came out, of course, the Beatles were just flipped at the great production work and the harmonies and the strings and just what an amazing stretch to rock and roll Brian Wilson had produced. And so they came out with Sgt. Pepper's, which was stretching the boundaries of rock and roll even further. And Brian Wilson, kind of on the edge of genius and flipping out, came up with Smile. And nobody was sure. His bandmates weren't sure what to do with it. They weren't sure if it was either horrible or genius or ahead of its time or...
Okay, fellas, you got any guts? Let's hear it.
What's the matter? You made too much money, buddy?
Fellas, I have 3,000 words. So you're big stars. Come in on the... Come on, you got any guts? Let's see. Okay, Mike, you're fighting on your high notes. Okay, fellas, you got any guts? Let's hear it. Happy. Forget the people near. Fellas, I have 3,000. You got any guts? Let's see it. Come in on the... I don't care how many. Okay, Mike, you're fighting on your high notes. Let's go. Let's roll.
And then, of course, there's Murray Wilson, who he had to listen to, and he almost drove him nuts. So Brian ended up... didn't he scrub the tapes? The Smile tapes, he scrubbed them. He flipped. He's like, ah! And now, just last year, he got together with his fellow producer, I think his name is Van Parks, and they basically remembered the entire album somehow, which I thought was surprising. You know, for Brian Wilson to be able to remember something that old. And everyone loved Smile. It was, Rolling Stone gave it 5 stars. I don't think it sold a zillion copies, but, you know, Brian's, 63, 64 years old. He's not at the edge of the brain of the record-buying public, which is primarily 18 to 34. But people thought it was just absolute genius, even almost 40 years later. And now he's performing it here at Meadowbrook, which I've heard it's outstanding. Rolling Stone reviewed a show he did in London where he just did the Smile record, and they thought it was fantastic. Full orchestra. Willie is out of DTE this weekend, Sunday, Willie Nelson.
Wow, great story over the weekend. Somebody bought a storage area that somebody had been paying the bill for years, I guess. So, you know, they auction them off. Eventually, that's what happens I'm not sure what the whole process is, but anyway, somebody bought this storage area. And turns out there's just scads and scads of Beach Boy Abelia, original charts of some of their biggest hits, of the musical charts, and lyrics written out by Brian Wilson.
Wow. And
all kinds of paperwork for just gazillions of stuff regarding the Beach Boys. And apparently this storage area was being paid for by a family member of somebody in the band.
Oh my God.
Okay, fellas, you got any guts? Let's hear it.
Hey, who knows? Maybe it was Murray's. Murray died in the late 60s. I think late 60s. He sold their catalog for, I think, $700,000.
You guys think you're good? Let's go. Let's go. Fellas, as a team, we're unbeatable. Let's go.
I mean, that's incredible. Yeah. What a find.
Yeah, it's worth millions of dollars.
Lord.
So I guess collectors are just all over this stuff. And the theory is that Brian Wilson will probably step up and want to bid on it.
Oh, I can imagine. You imagine the excitement when those guys heard about that?
They probably didn't even know where it was. They probably had no idea.
Isn't it incredible how these things can just get lost and then show up somewhere? It's like with the Beatles, all of a sudden some acetate will just show up in somebody's attic.
Well, fortunately that was...
Remember that?
Yeah. That was a friend of theirs from the 50s, and they had made an acetate of one of their first songs is The Quarrymen, and because they could only afford one acetate, you were allowed to keep it for a month at a time, and there was a fourth person who I don't think was even in the band who had apparently invested in the acetate.
Yeah.
So the fourth month when he had it, no, I think it was like a week at a time. Anyway, somehow the fourth guy who wasn't even in the band ended up with the acetate and called Paul McCartney in the 80s and said, I got an original recording of, it's a song that Paul actually has played it live. It's one of their first songs. It was in that Lennon movie. It's a great song, actually. It's got a real nice harmony. But so Paul said, well, okay, what do you want for it? He paid his old buddy, though. He was, I guess, probably happy if anything, that this guy got to make the money off it. $250,000.
Yeah. Chicken feed for him.
Not bad. Not a bad take.
Man. So interesting how that stuff happens. Boy, but all this Beach Boys stuff.
Yeah, a lot of value.
It's just incredible how things like that just fall by the wayside, and you would think something like that would be so valuable that at the time when things started going awry, the person taking care of it would be like, what are we going to do with this, man? We can't, this is all, we got to do something with this. But it is what it is.
Whoa. Oh my God. We come back on the air, and it's my birthday time. That is so cool. Happy birthday time to me. Happy birthday time to me. Happy birthday time, dear Drew. Happy birthday time to me. That is the appropriate song, by the way, for Happy Birthday Time.
Is that what Sammy Davis sang?
Yeah. Unlike Happy Birthday, It's got a different kind of syncopation to it.
Okay. Syncopate. Like you're flatting.
Yeah, that's
Forget who you are, buddy. Forget how much money you make.
That's the best part of Murray Wilson's rant.
Forget who you are.
When he's ragging on Brian Wilson and Mike Love.
Let's go.
You're all big stars.
Let's go, guys. Come on, let's go. Mike, you're flatting. Come on, buddy.
Watch the low notes.
Watch your low notes. Mike, you're flatting. Get close to the microphone.
Mike Clark, it's funny. You sometimes you get voices down that are just the most obscure people, but you really got Murray down there.
So you're big stars. Let's fight.
Let's fight.
Let's fight for success. Okay, let's go. Now loosen up. Be happy. Forget the people in there. Turn the lights out in this studio.
Syncopated. Oh, they just go to town with that.
No.
They start laughing and copying them.
I love that recording. That's great.
That is really funny.
Oh, that's terrific.
Forget who you are.
Forget who you are.
Oh, you make too much money,
Come
buddy?
on, guys.
Make too much money, buddy? You're big star.
Let's shoot for
Okay, fellas, you got any guts? Let's hear 'em.